On today's video, I'm going to take you with me as I do things around the farmstead, and I want to share with you a special, unique harvest here on the farm. This time of year when we're harvesting and getting ready for winter, I'm always reminded of how amazing the Lord planned things, how He planned the seasons, and how there is a time to sow and a time to harvest. I want to share this Bible verse with you. It's Genesis 8:22. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. I think the Bible gives us a lot of insight to the way, a guide for how we're supposed to live and how we're supposed to produce food and eat. One thing that happens in August here at the farm is I always start the seeds for my fall gardening. Usually around the middle of August, I am in Garden Zone 8A, and actually I have the best garden in the fall and winter. So I really like to put a lot of time into planning. I really like to start my seeds in these little clay pots because they absorb water and will keep things, a lot more moist. So I will fill them up with a potting soil and put them in a container. And then I will let them sit in water overnight so that the soil and the clay pot get saturated with water. And then the second day, I will come back and I will plant seeds in each little pot. Today, I am planting broccoli, collards, and cabbage. And I rotate so we have things ready, every week I'll start a new batch of something, so everything's not ready at one time. This week, one of the things I made was a cinnamon sourdough loaf. Now, if you want to learn how to stencil sourdough, this is how you do it. You moisten the top of the sourdough, and I have been practicing making bread for communion, and I thought this dove would be a very beautiful thing to decorate the bread But you moisten, and then you put your stencil down, and where it's moistened, it'll hold the stencil down, kind of make it sticky. And then you put just a little flour, because if you put too much, you won't see as much detail on your stencil. And that is how you do it. Beautiful. Now I want to share with you a unique story about these grapes. When we bought this German farm in 2011, Texas was in a terrible drought. We did not know that there were grapevines there. So when we found them maybe the next year, 3 of them were still alive, but they had survived for several severe droughts. We found out they had been there maybe since the 50s. So we put cinder block and built the dirt back up where it had eroded, and we now have grapes to harvest. You are supposed to harvest grapes at night. That's what they say. Our area is actually just lots of vineyards are coming in here. But when we checked the grapes on this evening, it looked like we needed to harvest. So we are harvesting in the evening time. So they are a wine grape is what we've been told. They do have a seed, but they're really, really sweet. And they have kind of a pink juice. It's not quite as dark as the Mustang grapes. So Mr. Roofer cleans them real well, puts them in a crock, and just, mashes them. So every 12 hours, you have to get we use a wooden stick, I guess, and a rod, and we, every 12 hours, mash the grapes and see how happy they are. Just by the next day, they really start fermenting quickly. Now, in this batch, we did not add any sugar. When you look at our other video about the wild Mustang grapes, we did add sugar. So here, we're just straining out this is about 10 days later, I think. Now you we're just making grape juice is all we're doing. So you can ferment as long as you like. I am straining out all the stems and seeds, but it's really, really cloudy. So I'm running it in through another fine strainer. And then over the next couple of days, it is amazing what happens. It clears, settles to the bottom, and gets really, really clear. So this grape juice, we can keep it in the refrigerator usually for a year. And what we like to do with it is, of course it's all raw, is I make kombucha for about 12 years every Saturday. I make 2 gallons. And that's pretty much, besides for milk or water and coffee, that's about the only thing we drink. But we like to take our kombucha and we like to make different drinks with it. Like we like to add lime or lemon or ginger. So today I am making a refreshing summer drink with Topo Chico mineral water, kombucha, and our grape juice from our farm. I hope this will give you some ideas about making some refreshing summer drinks, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next week. Have a blessed day from our Texas Hill Country farm. Bye-bye.